This is Slam Pigs Podcast.
Tuesday night, December the 28th. We're back.
Technically Wednesday going.
Yeah.
We're doing late night.
Technically, we're doing a late night streamlined episode because it's our year-end awards, Michael. Last show of 2016.
This is our last show of the year, folks.
First ever year. Michael, welcome, by the way.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Happy holidays to all you fuckers and miss fuckers. Hope you had a great holiday. Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever the fuck you celebrate.
It's Mahana Kwanzaa.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that. We'll have to use that for next time. But anyway, we're back. Sorry for the week off. It's the holidays, people. We're not pieces of shit. We have family. So I know we love doing this, but family comes first. So we got kids.
A lot of things happened this year. Would have never thought we'd say. Goldberg squashed Brock Lesnar in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yep.
Neville is a good heel that can cut a promo. That's just because
That's just in the last 2 months.
Heath Slater and Rhino would be fucking tag team champions, and Kurt Hawkins has a job again. All this and more.
So does Kenny Dykstra.
One of the top stars in the company is one of the biggest, known for TNA guys.
Uh-huh.
One of the blueprints, the foundations of TNA, and AJ Styles. Shinsuke Nakamura came from Japan this year, last January. So much has happened. The brand split, the big one. Everything has changed. Finn Balor has been a world champion.
Yep.
Sasha, pretty much NXT has become the main roster in 2016.
That could be the toughest question this year, is our category for NXT Superstar of the Year.
Yes, we're going to get to that. But
Yes.
let's get the big one right off the bat, the one everyone's waiting for, our Wrestler of the Year. And it's the first one we're going to do because it's definitely, I think, the easiest. Maybe you disagree, Michael. I'm not sure. For me, the Wrestler of the Year 2016 has got to be hands down AJ Styles. If you don't agree, you're dumb. Seriously.
Wow.
How can
Excuse me
you
if I pick somebody different?
how can you not say AJ Styles? Look what you just told me before our last show crapped out. Who's accomplished more in 1 year than AJ Styles? Do you got someone else in mind, Michael?
I mean, there's a lot of deserving people for this award this year, to be honest.
On Roman Reigns, you could say.
You could say Roman Reigns, but
Seth
you
Rollins.
could also say Seth Rollins. You could
Chris
say
Jericho.
Chris
Oh,
Jericho.
that's a big one.
Yes, that is actually my pick. My pick for Wrestler of the Year is Chris Jericho.
Really?
If we had a comeback Wrestler of the Year,
Comeback of the year.
that would definitely be hands down Chris
Disagree.
Jericho.
Disagree.
But
Delete! Delete! Matt Hardy.
I thought we were just keeping it in WWE here.
No, this is wrestling.
Oh,
Don't worry, we're not going to go off to Japan or anything, Michael. We're going to keep it strictly WWE pretty much because
But-
that's, But I
For
would
me-
just say Matt Hardy has
for
totally
me,
had
the
to come
Wrestler
back.
of the Year is Chris Jericho. For somebody that took as much time off as he did and can come back in the company and do what he's done and be as over as he is.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And he got over with the stupidest material.
Yes.
A list.
Yes.
Stupid idiot.
But I mean, drink it in, man. You know what I mean? It's
And now he finds funny ways to say it different.
yes.
Yeah, hug it out, man.
Yes. I mean, Jericho is definitely the most entertaining wrestler on TV.
Because when he was doing the part-time thing, when he was playing with Fozzy too, he stopped. He's full-time
Yes.
again or whatever.
The funny thing is,
He was so bland. He was like, hey,
yes.
I'm back
Well,
for a little bit.
He did the suit thing, and
Well, I like that Jericho.
but to me, he is the
Undies.
most entertaining wrestler on the roster. He doesn't have to win. That's the funny part. He lost to Seth Rollins on the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Who gave a shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It meant nothing. Jericho is still as over as he was a month ago. So
and Rollins.
to me, I have to. Maybe we should have split this up to SmackDown Wrestler of the Year and Raw Wrestler
Well,
of the Year.
it hasn't been a whole year.
I know,
You know,
but
next year we'll do that.
for me, I got to go with Chris Jericho.
Solid pick. I can't argue with that. I
Got-
really can't.
Well,
I
you said anybody that picked anybody other than fucking AJ Styles was dumb.
Well, you're still dumb.
Sorry
for
for
not
me
saying
being
AJ
fucking
Styles.
dumb.
Well, you made yourself look dumb because you told me that who's had a better first year than AJ Styles. So
I-
that would pretty
I
much
could
by
still pick-
default.
It doesn't mean I can't pick somebody else for Wrestler of the Year.
Well, I don't know. You do what you want.
I
I'm
thought we
just
had a
saying.
Rookie of the Year category.
I didn't know that I wasn't allowed to have an opinion.
We had a Rookie of the Year category, but
We do have a rookie. This is the next category. My
that-
segue to rookie of the year.
that would have been who I picked for Rookie of the Year, not Wrestler of the Year.
Rookie. He's not a rookie. You cannot.
Rookie in WWE. So,
Well,
but for me, Chris Jericho, wrestler. Let us know what you think on each category, guys. If you have somebody that you have in mind for these categories, let us know.
maybe you like Titus O'Neil. I
Yeah,
mean,
maybe
we're
he was
seeing
your wrestler of the
something.
year.
You're seeing something we don't
Could
see.
be. Maybe you like Bo Dallas this year. Could be. Let us know who your wrestler of the year is, and let us know who you would have picked in each category that we're going to go over here, Travis.
Tag team of the year, Michael.
Ooh.
This is super easy for, and
Well,
not who you
I
think
mean,
I would pick. They're not on. Can I say it, or do you want me to build it up a little
Go
bit?
ahead.
The Revival. The Revival, the most consistent tag team in wrestling. I love American Alpha as a team, but their matches aren't
You weren't a big
always.
Revival fan until I don't know until I was like, why aren't these guys being brought up? Why are these guys always the
I
one
don't
putting
know.
people over
I've
and getting
gone
him?
back. More than anything, I watched with having a WWE Network subscription or the old NXT Takeover pay-per-views. I watched those the most, and I just been watching a lot of their matches this year.
Who have they ever had a bad match with?
Nobody.
And they're still in NXT.
I do like DIY, Johnny Gargano and
Yep.
Tommaso Ciampa, the current tag team champs. But yeah, the Revival
The
for me.
Revival always seem to be that team that is putting over the talent that gets brought up.
I think at the end of the day, they're going to be on the main roster and they're going to be champs.
Hopefully they get used correctly, unlike the Ascension. Because the Ascension, you could have said maybe a year or two ago, this team's a can't miss team. You bring them up to the main roster, they're going to be dominant. And look what they did with them.
That reminded me, we did have a question on YouTube this week from Sasha.
Yeah, I remember it now.
Not really a question, a statement. She did like the idea of a heel group of Neville and the Ascension. So yeah.
I disagree with you, Sasha.
I do too now after seeing Neville.
Well, I think most of it's going to be the Neville accent and the Ascension not having that.
I also think I was joking when I said it, and she didn't know I was joking.
Yeah,
I didn't really want to see that. She was like, "Yeah, I totally want to see that too." I'm like, I was joking, Sasha.
But Sasha,
I don't ever want to see the Ascension again.
Well, when's the last time you really did?
Exactly. So I'm good. Smooth sailing.
I don't think Neville needs the Ascension to get over.
Apparently he needs his penis.
No offense.
Right, Renee Young's face on interviews.
No offense to the Ascension. It's a shame. The Ascension is probably one of the most misused teams of all time.
Why the change? Why did they do that? Didn't need to do that. They had a good thing.
That had Vince all over it.
I wasn't a huge Ascension fan, but I could recognize I thought they were going to be a big deal.
There are certain things in wrestling where there are these certain gimmicks where yes, there are certain gimmicks where we're like, oh my god,
stinky face Vince.
That's fucking Vince.
Yep.
And people shit all over it from the jump. It was like as soon as they made their debut, everybody's like, "Are you kidding me?"
And here's Vince's.
You put these guys in face paint like they're fucking LOD.
The Road Warrior, yeah. Early Road Warriors paint. And here's goes to show Vince's OCD, and he can't even keep up with his own shit. He wanted to make them the Road Warriors.
Same colors.
Yeah, exactly. He wanted to make the Ascension the Road Warriors. He has Paul Ellering managing these new guys in NXT. Why not just put Paul Ellering with the fucking
Well, because that'd be too obvious. They're the Road Warriors.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, what the fuck? Anyway.
Vince McMahon. Fuck!
I'm really curious now, Michael. Who was your tag team of the year?
My tag team of the year?
I got kids. I knew it. Let's move. Am I right?
Calm yourself.
All right.
I don't fucking think so.
Who says?
My tag team of the year, I'm going to go with a little bit of a different choice. A lot of people are probably thinking New Day here.
The Vaudevillains.
No.
New Day was who else?
My tag team of the year are Enzo and Cass. It's my tag team of the year.
And you know what? New Day just broke the all-time
yes.
and neither one of us picked the New Day.
No. I didn't pick them for tag team of the year because one, the New Day to me is not a tag team. It's a stable.
I think they're more of a tag team than Enzo and Cass lately. I think Cass has been.
I'm just saying.
Enzo's been managing a lot.
You're going off of the last month or two.
Yeah.
I'm going off of the past year. Enzo and Cass in NXT. Enzo and Cass getting brought up to the main roster. Tell me who.
Nobody.
On the WWE roster.
Who's more over?
Is more over than Enzo and Cass.
They have that New Age Outlaws over where people were saying every word with them. You know.
It's just.
And that hasn't happened forever.
Yes.
In WWE.
I mean, it's Enzo and Cass have not even won the belts, and they're still my tag team of the year.
We also saw the club debut from New Japan this year.
They
been a total bust.
Honorable mention.
Honorable
But
mention should have been totally talk about.
I still think you'll see
mishandled.
them win it. I think you'll see them win it from Sheamus and Cesaro. That's who I think. I think you'll see them win it at the Rumble. But
We didn't mention that about since we've had our
yeah.
last show, new tag team champs.
yes,
Oh, we did.
we
Because
did. But there was a match on Raw last evening.
rematch.
You had the number one contenders match between the Golden Truth and the Club. You also had the rematch for the belts. But you're going to have the Club going against Sheamus and Cesaro at the Rumble.
There you go.
And
Sorry to get off topic.
I think that's when you're going to get your Club thing.
A club thing.
Yeah, I know.
Is that holding the mayo
Yes.
when you put your hand
God
up like
damn
that?
it, it's holding the mayo. You know I hate mayonnaise. But that's my tag team of the year is Enzo and Cass. But
Good
maybe this definitely for me has been the best year of tag teams
In a long time.
in the WWE and forever.
A long time.
Forever.
We've come a long way since Deuce and Domino.
Yes.
We have in 2000 and whatever.
Yeah, but Domino was a pretty big star after that.
And the one guy was Snuka's son, and he didn't catch
Yeah.
Undertaker at WrestleMania, and he got fired for it because he fell on his head in the dive. Deuce and Domino.
That's your tag teams of the year from us. Let us know what you think. Like I told you before, who's your tag team of the year? I want to hear it because you know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Vaudevillains.
No, I'm going to be honest. I'm calling the listeners out. You know, I've been a little disappointed in the feedback here lately. Are we boring you? Are we not talking about?
Do we have your attention now?
Well, no. I mean, are we not talking about things that you want to interact on?
Maybe they're just shy and they just like to listen, or maybe they don't just listen to us through YouTube. You know what I mean? Like,
whatever the case
in their
is,
car or something.
if you're listening to us, give us some feedback. If you have a question, it doesn't even have to be related to our topic. If you have a random question that you want answered,
you want to
ask
talk
it.
about Dan Severn or
Yeah.
Vader?
If you want to ask me what my favorite fucking color is, I don't care. I'll answer
It's
it.
blue.
Yes.
You're covered in it all the
It
time.
is blue,
Your jacket's blue, your
but-
fucking hat's blue, your pants are fucking blue. Oh, your shoes are black though. You didn't go
Wait
all
for it.
crazy. There's blue on your fucking shoes. There is blue on his shoes. So you were head to toe in blue.
Yes.
Is
But
your favorite color turquoise?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you got me. My favorite shade of blue. But anyway, it doesn't matter what the question is, guys. Ask us. It doesn't even have to be wrestling related. Ask us a question. If you want to know an answer to something that has to do with us answering it, we will answer it.
Female wrestler of the year, Michael. This
Female
may be
wrestler
the hardest one for me.
of the year.
I'm gonna let you take this one first.
Charlotte.
There you go.
And this to me is easy.
Not for me.
I think Charlotte is the best female wrestler in the last 10 years.
Total
Easy.
package wise.
Easy.
Lex Luger style.
Easy for me. She can cut a promo, she can work in the ring, and she's believable.
Yeah.
That to me is a fucking superstar. That's not just a female superstar. That is a superstar. Now, do I like her ring attire? No, not so much, especially the bottom half. But as far as total package, you know, believability, I want to watch you.
Say Lex Luger.
I'm not saying Lex Luger.
You can't say total package and not say Lex
Well,
Luger.
you already said it. Why do I need to say it?
Well, trigger.
You already said it 3 times now. Christ. But as far as that goes, Charlotte is the main event when it comes to women's wrestling in WWE.
I'm gonna go a yin to your yang. I'm gonna go Sasha Banks.
Really?
Really? The beginning of 2016, they were doing that women's revolution shit where there was like Team Bad.
Yeah.
People were begging for Sasha Banks. It was always we want Sasha for any women's match.
They wanted her. They didn't want her like they got her though.
And this year at WrestleMania, we saw the best match at WrestleMania was the women's match.
Mm-hmm.
We both agreed on the show. People thought Sasha. People were ready for Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. They dropped the ball there. She went away for a while, if you remember.
She got injured.
That and some other things that we didn't find out about, some weird stuff. But she was off television.
Pregnancy scare.
Yes, probably. You said it, not me. But I agree. That rhymed. Again. Just a rhyming machine.
Yeah, you're just fucking regular old Eminem over here.
No, I got Sasha Banks though, because when she came back, she just got great reaction after great reaction. It's either or, Sasha or Charlotte. I can go either way, honestly. How can you argue Charlotte either? I'm not
problem
arguing.
with Sasha Banks
it's
is
just a tough one.
Sasha as a babyface for me is just bland.
She needs to be a heel. I agree. She's much better heel.
I think fans have definitely dulled on her a lot. I think
they're booking her like she can't win the big ones.
Well, that
ever.
She's just stale. Like, what good promo has she cut all year?
What are they giving her to cut? You know. They give Charlotte the good shit. It's
She's a
why?
heel.
Because she's a heel. Exactly.
Yeah, but making Charlotte a babyface.
Here's
like,
something interesting because now they're building to Bayley and Charlotte at the Rumble now.
Yeah.
Move Sasha to SmackDown. Make her the top heel in SmackDown. Becky Lynch is just sitting there. Alexa Bliss, honestly, I don't think is going to cut it as your top woman's heel.
No, she's just holding it until Nikki takes it.
Move Sasha to SmackDown. You know what I mean? Did you see that though?
Well, so you want Sasha giving the belt away to Nikki then? I don't care who you move over there. Nikki's taking that belt, whether you like it or not.
I don't know, man.
Nikki Bella is going to be your champion at WrestleMania.
I got it.
Because that's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
Yes.
Tupac.
Things will never be the same. But
there you have it. There's a women's wrestler of the year. Michael, what other categories we got lined up for a year end?
My NXT Superstar of the Year.
The other hard one for me, definitely.
NXT Superstar of the Year. I can go so many different ways here.
Can I take this one?
Go ahead.
Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is the best heel in wrestling currently. Bar none. Can't fuck with it. You cannot fuck with Samoa Joe right now. He is just on fire. He's running on all cylinders, as JBL likes to say, or whatever. Michael. And literally, you're Michael. Samoa Joe. Is that your pick too? You're smiling. I think we're on the same. Oh!
Can't do it.
Ty Dellinger.
Can't do it. No.
10.
I'm going with Glorious. I'm going with Bobby Roode. I know he's only been around for the last, 4 months?
But who's made an impact in NXT like Bobby Roode?
Exactly.
A lot of it has to do with his music.
He didn't even have to wrestle.
A lot of it has to do with his music.
But
they're giving him Jesus Christ-like entrances.
Yes, but he lives up to it in the ring. You know what I mean?
Keeps up.
Bobby Roode is always been one of my favorite TNA guys. Bobby Roode, to me, I think I called him a few years ago as well. I was like, man, I could see that guy fucking on WWE roster.
You could see him fucking.
Yeah.
I
could see him fucking.
That's what you said.
Sorry, I get excited with cuss words. I think I called him.
Placement matters.
4 or 5 years ago, I called him. I was like, this guy could be in WWE and he'd be a big star.
Yeah.
And
he's got the look.
I think you'll see him on the main roster very shortly.
He could very well be this generation's Triple H.
To me, he's a small man's Triple H, but
we're in a small era.
I can still see it. Bobby Roode is my NXT Superstar of the Year just for what he's done in a short amount of time, coming from TNA.
I can't argue with
I really hope he doesn't win the belt from Shinsuke.
You don't?
I want to see him on the main roster.
Oh, I get
that.
Yeah.
I think his debut in WWE, and you know what? I would put him on SmackDown.
Yeah, they need it.
Yes.
Badly. You're right.
I would put him.
I think that's where Joe goes too.
Well, I think you'll see Joe on Raw, unfortunately.
I don't know.
And that kills me to say it, but I just...
We could get Styles as a babyface and Joe on SmackDown.
Well, you could see Joe and Styles renewing their feud on SmackDown, and maybe Roode go into Raw.
I can see like a big brawl in the ring, and Joe and Styles are in there with a bunch of other guys. They clear out, and then they clear out. It's just them, and they do that long look at each other, and then the crowd's just going nuts because they haven't had contact since they've been in WWE. Yeah. You could totally see that.
I mean, it would make more sense to put Styles and Samoa Joe on the same show, just for their past feuds. But in a dream world, for me, I would rather have Roode on SmackDown.
Yeah, well, I'd put him on SmackDown too, both of them.
I'd rather have Roode on SmackDown and Joe
all three
on Raw.
of them.
I'd love to see Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens.
I think that would be a brutal match.
Yes, I think it would be awesome.
It would. Who's the babyface in that match? Nobody.
No, you don't need one. Well, I mean, Kevin Owens is never going to be a babyface, and I don't think Joe.
He's been a babyface on the Indies.
Yeah, but I don't think Joe could pass for a great babyface either. I think they could both be tweeners and just fucking kill each other. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Here's one you might not.
Two out of shape guys that are believable. Who knew?
Yeah.
On WWE Raw television.
And James Ellsworth.
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year, Michael. Speaking of James Ellsworth.
Rookie of the Year.
Who is and not what's his face? Rowan Gardner. Rosenbagger. Not that Rookie of the Year.
No Ellsworth.
In all of wrestling this year, every federation, who is the Rookie of the Year, Michael?
Rookie of the Year. Now that does specify their first year.
First year
in the
for WWE, it could mean first year, I guess.
I'm going AJ Styles. AJ Styles is the best rookie ever. Even though he's been in the business forever, he is the Rookie of the Year for me. AJ Styles, hands down. Now you could go other ways. You could go Shinsuke. You could
That was
go
my Shinsuke Nakamura. Was my pick.
go Shinsuke. You could go Samoa Joe too.
I'm going Shinsuke.
Yeah, although you already gave Joe your NXT of the year.
I would say Nakamura has made a bigger impact.
All these guys have only been in the company for a year.
Exactly, and they're the tops, pretty much the tippy top guys.
So
Shinsuke Nakamura, Joe has. It's kind of weird. Shinsuke Nakamura has taken the spot of Finn Balor. Finn Balor was the most over person in NXT. Samoa Joe wasn't as over as Balor. In general, he wouldn't have been. Shinsuke Nakamura is. That's where we're at with that right now.
And it sucks for Finn Balor.
And he's believable as shit.
Because Finn Balor had such a great year, and it got killed by his injury.
Who knows? We could have been saying Finn Balor was Superstar of the Year.
Yeah.
NXT champion, Universal champion. He's a hell of an honorable mention. Just, you're right, a shame, and I can't wait for Finn Balor to come back. I was so excited on that Raw where he pinned Roman Reigns clean.
Yeah.
They're making him the fucking guy. I was so. Were you excited? It was a
excited.
change.
I was excited that he beat Reigns.
It was a change. Am I spitting on you?
No.
All right.
I was excited that he beat Reigns on Raw. I wasn't excited that he beat Rollins for the belt.
Well,
I thought he could be a good top talent.
Just build it up.
I thought that could be a great chance for them to take Roman Reigns and leave him in the United States division. If Finn Balor was not injured, Roman Reigns would not be in the Universal title picture today as the United States. I think their plan was.
But if he would, he'd be a heel against a babyface Balor.
Their plan was to kind of audible on Reigns a little bit, make him the United States champion, and have Finn Balor kind of take his place a little bit there.
Yeah.
That's how I saw it, but unfortunately he got injured, and that's the way things go. But that's your rookie of the year.
Last category I got. I know you're probably not too jacked, but you got to do it because lots changed this year. The Cruiserweights have their own show, Michael. Cruiserweight Classic. But the Cruiserweight Classic was tremendous. 205 Live. Kind of got that.
Cruiserweight of the year. Is that what you're doing?
Cruiserweight of the year, Michael. In WWE.
1, 2, 3. Neville.
I was going to say Kota Ibushi, but
Neville. At least for me.
Kota
I mean,
Ibushi.
I know you love Kota Ibushi, but for me, I haven't seen enough of him. He's not on my WWE television.
Neville has brought interest back to the Cruiserweight division.
Yes.
So, two solid picks.
More people talking about Neville than there are Kota Ibushi.
There are rumors that that's going to be your Cruiserweight title match. And if that's the case, that match, follow that fucking match.
Kota Ibushi and Neville?
Yeah, because you know if that's at Mania, you know they're going to give him time. They're not going to, you know.
Can you imagine if they did a Money in the Bank Cruiserweight match?
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Now, I know you had a little thing up your sleeve. You had a surprise category. I was worried about it.
Well, there's a couple, but, you know, I can dumb it down to one if you want.
Time is money, and I'm running out of shit. So.
All right. I want to go with Manager of the Year.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Lana.
Maurice.
Damn it.
Maurice has brought so much more to Miz than Lana's brought to Rusev this year.
Yeah, but Rusev's only relevant because of Lana. That's the shitty part. Even though Rusev's so good in the ring.
Yeah.
If Lana wasn't there, he'd be lost in the shuffle.
I can see that. Well, there you have it.
The Miz was relevant before Maurice.
True. But
he won the belt.
I'm sticking with my pick.
He had Alex Riley, and he won the belt.
I thought you were going to say Alex Wright.
No.
Man, it is 2 a.m. Their second run on the show. That's your year-end awards. One more time, thank you guys so much.
We forgot one.
What?
Pay-per-view of the year.
Pay-per-view of the year. See, I'm falling asleep.
Pay-per-view of the year, Travis. What do you like?
Honestly, I love that TakeOver Dallas show with Sami Zayn and Nakamura.
Go with the NXT show.
Yes. The last couple of years, the NXT shows, last year for me, the best show was the first NXT Brooklyn. You had Sasha versus Bayley and the best women's match in that company in years. To this day, still, nothing's come close to it. I don't know if they're ever going to recapture that magic either, even if they work a program together again. Because that match was just goddamn. It was up there with Alundra Blaze and Bull Nakano.
Bull Nakano and Alundra Blaze.
They had tremendous matches. You can't take anything away from Bull and Alundra.
Yeah, but there was no emotional investment in those
matches. It was 94. What'd you get invested in?
I'm sorry.
Walter Payton and Razor Ramon at the
I'm
same.
sorry, there was just no investment for me to watch that match.
But that's one of the matches you watched the most on that VHS, I bet, because it was on early in the show, and you always fell asleep towards the end of the VHS. So we've seen that matches like hundreds of times. Those random matches that you just have memorized, pretty much.
NXT Takeover Dallas. Huh?
I love that show. You had the Revival and Alpha and like a 2 out of 3 falls match, I believe, which was God.
I might go with a little bit of surprise here. It may not have been the best overall pay-per-view of the year, but for me it was, just because I enjoyed it probably more than all of the others. Survivor Series. I enjoyed it. The brand split, the traditional Survivor Series matches.
It was good.
It was fun for me. And I didn't think there was a match on the card that was really a dud.
Worst pay-per-view of the year, honestly, WrestleMania.
It's up there.
There was some bullshit.
WrestleMania or SummerSlam.
The Rock came out with a flamethrower.
Two of their two biggest pay-per-views of the year were crap.
The Rock squashed the Wyatt family at WrestleMania this year, if you remember. By himself.
Yep.
I don't think he had help at all. Mick Foley came out and beat up like the League of Nations. Remember the League of Nations this year, Michael? A couple months ago, that was the big thing in wrestling. The League of Nations.
That was never a big thing.
The League of Urinations is over. Thankfully, Del Rio has left. Paige has left this year, Michael.
You had Roman Reigns in your title match.
I really liked Survivor Series this year, too. I agree.
Again.
Especially the icing on the cake with all the... I love brand split stuff like that. I love Survivor Series.
Who can forget that pop of Roman Reigns winning the belt at WrestleMania?
That was embarrassing. I was embarrassed for WWE when that happened. But the icing on the cake Survivor Series, your favorite... Goldberg. We came out of that excited. That made us excited.
Squash and Brock.
That Goldberg got a hell of a reaction.
Yeah.
Monster pop. Survivor Series is really good.
They're still the only two guys really that have been named for the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
So that's coming up in the next few weeks, all these entrants.
You know Roman's going to be in there.
Well, I guess Cena's not going to be in there because him and Styles.
Oh, yeah, Roman and Owens.
Roman and Owens. So that takes out more, but you'll have Jericho in there.
Yeah.
You're going to have Strowman in there.
You're going to have all the guys in there.
You're going to have a lot of guys in there.
Maybe some NXT surprises.
You're going to have some NXT surprises, maybe a debut or two.
Maybe a legend. Hacksaw will come out.
Yep.
First ever Royal Rumble winner.
Kevin Nash, maybe Scott Hall makes his return.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Can you imagine that coming out to the Razor music?
Hopefully not Nundies. Hopefully he's got something else on.
Well, maybe he's been working out.
Maybe. We'll see.
And
our last category, Michael.
Should we do that now?
What?
Like an early Rumble pick?
Way too early. It's not even the first of the year.
Right.
We'll get patience.
Last
I know it's
category.
your favorite match of the year, Michael.
Ooh.
In your opinion, there's been a hell of a lot of good wrestling.
Yuck. You can't do that.
I just did it.
Can't do that.
It just happened. What's your favorite match you've seen this year? You could watch over and over.
I'm going to go with an NXT match.
That's where I was going to.
So I'm going to go with Shinsuke versus Sami Zayn.
God, really?
Yeah.
God.
Is that the one you were going to pick?
Yep.
Sorry.
That was
a hell of a match.
And
the crowd was so jacked for that
match.
match.
My God. Fight forever!
Shinsuke's debut.
Fight forever!
Yeah. Shinsuke's debut against Sami Zayn, who's like a beloved NXT guy, making his last appearance on NXT.
A farewell.
Yes. It was his farewell against another guy's debut.
I can't believe I did not think
we did not talk about that, guys. That was total just coincidence. I swear to God.
So,
but that
fight forever.
Well, the match was flawless for one.
Yeah.
And the crowd.
And it was Nakamura's debut.
Sami Zayn's farewell. I think the crowd made the match, but the match itself was fucking awesome as well.
It was great. He did that. Sami Zayn tried to do that dive on the outside, and he just kicked the shit out of him in the head. I'm gonna have to rewatch that match sometime this week. It was a good one.
That's my match of the year, and Travis's match of the year.
Hey,
but guys,
my show of the year by far is Slam Pigs Podcast.
Wow. Well, I'm honored.
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
Well, it's us. I'm giving myself credit too.
Oh, well, but you've had other shows this year. So.
Oh, well, all the shows are my shows. Hibiki TMD. I mean, in general, everything on Hibiki TMD is my show of the year.
What?
I'm not.
I made me feel special when you took it away.
I can't choose my favorite children.
Yes, you just said that this was your show of the year with Slam Pigs Podcast. That means it beats the reset button.
Well, it's a brand new show. We've had 4 episodes.
It beat that other show you had this year that's no longer existing.
I've enjoyed doing this thoroughly with you, way more than I enjoyed doing the Hard to Name podcast towards the end. It is what it is. Fine. My fucking show of the year is Slam Pigs Podcast.
But guys, once again, let us know what your show of the year was on Hibiki TMD. You've had some options. 3 choices.
That's not a real poll, so you guys don't have to vote.
Moment of the year on Hibiki TMD.
I would say Bane reciting The Night Before Christmas.
Could it have been my...
Did you hear it?
Yes.
Did you really?
It was...
If not, we'll listen.
It was
to
alright.
All right.
But...
honestly, my favorite moment on Hibiki TMD is the Lee episode. You and Lee. That's just...
My favorite moment of the year...
Pat Patterson taking pictures. A Goldberg son is up there with me. You said that on the one episode?
Well, I think the oh my god moment of the year was me taking my brief hiatus from the show.
Well, I've tried not to bring that up.
But
tried to overlook you quitting.
The moment of the year for me was getting voted back on the show by our listeners. Yeah, that was my moment of the year.
It was up for grabs.
And somebody sitting next to me did not vote for me to come back on the show. He voted for Mr. Bagels.
We weren't talking at the time. I was mad at you.
So,
really want to open that Band-Aid, that wound up again, huh?
But thank you to everybody who has listened to us throughout this whole year, guys. We really appreciate it. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm an asshole, but I do give credit where it's due. You guys have made us into something that we never thought we would have.
Here's something, and we've met so many cool people, and the fact that Eric and Marty's coming to the room, I forgot to mention this too. Guess who he's going to interview in the future after the first year? Blue Pants from NXT.
Wow.
Leva Bates. So that's going to be awesome. Check that out.
Good for him.
Hopefully in 2017, we finally get a professional wrestling wrestler on the show.
Yeah.
And not like a...
Tommy Dreamer.
Awesome. We'll see.
Tommy Dreamer.
Thank you, guys.
He's affordable.
That's all I got. It's been our year-end show awards, Michael. I will see you next year. Thank you for a great 2016. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to all you guys. Oink it up. Be safe. Don't drink and drive, obviously. Don't be an idiot. Do it responsibly. Slam Pigs Podcast. See you guys next year. Ruth out.
You don't know what it's like.
This is Slam Pigs Podcast.